at least give some value to you. And I've asked, and I was chatting with Mindy, and we thought it'd be cool to do this together. Mindy Rosen from New Jersey. And so Mindy is totally awesome. She's all about, just helping people to succeed. And you've been in network marketing how long?
Almost 7 years. December will be 7 years.
Okay, 7 years. 7 years. So I've got 40, she's got 7. And, and so here's the thing now. What we're going to talk about tonight is how to use live virtual events to 10x your business. So that's virtual lives, because of the COVID-19 pandemic and all that, that pretty much shut down all venue events. And so network marketing companies, obviously in the past, we've always thrived on venue events where we could physically get together and have fun, right? So that's not been possible this year. And it may not be possible early next year. So what do? And it's a fact that despite when things got worse before the virus and in the United States, because some of you are in different countries, but you may not be aware of this, because of the crazy riots and all this going on, despite as crazy as all that has been, our business has exploded. I mean, just exploded, and done so well. It's an interesting thing that in network marketing, we do better when things are worse. Don't ask me why, but it always seems to be that way. So people are always shocked when they ask me, how am I doing? They're expecting bad news, and I give them good news. Wouldn't you agree with that, Mindy?
Absolutely. Hey guys, Jeff, thank you for the warm welcome. If you guys are jumping in live, drop a 1. And if you're going to tune into the replay, drop a 2. And Jeff is going to make a special announcement that if you share this video out now, Jeff, what are you going to do for people?
So we're going to talk about more than one virtual event that I think is, we're going to talk about more than one, but we're going to talk about Ray Higdon's and Jessica Higdon's, the Rank Makers virtual live streaming event that's coming up. And the dates are October 8th through the 10th. October 8th through the 10th. So it's coming up. And how you can 10x your business if you leverage on the event. Now, I'm going to give a free ticket to this event, to this virtual event. It's going to be a random draw. So for those of you that share this, we're going to look at how many shared it, and it's okay. Even after this is over, I'm going to look at the replays to see who shared it, and then over the weekend, then we're going to draw and give a free ticket to this incredible event. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
share it out, guys.
Yeah, and I'll announce it again as we continue to talk. So, but why don't we? Yeah, um, let's talk about, first of all, when we think about events and how events impact our success. I mean, can you think back? Now, you say you've been in network marketing 7 years. So, can you think back in the 7 years, in that period of time, what was the event that impacted your life and that was a game changer for you? Can you think of that?
Absolutely. The event that really changed my life was a Tony Robbins event called Unleash the Power Within, which I actually had the privilege of not only attending way back when. It was probably 3 years into my journey in network marketing that I had attended a Tony Robbins event again. Backing up, when I was in corporate America in medical sales, I was sent as part of my leadership development program through to business mastery, but it had been quite some time removed. And then when I got in this industry, I just got entrenched, and personal development, it wasn't something that, through college and through, what I had been exposed to in corporate America, it was shared, but it was shared at a different perspective. And when I made the transition and stepped away from corporate America, it took about 6 months, and then I really got engrossed in personal development, and I understood how important events were. And I would say probably 6 or 7 months into my journey, I went to my first event, but I wasn't ready to receive again that information that Tony was going to share with me until like probably 3 years into this journey. And I went to an Unleash the Power event within, and it was life changing because at that point I was ready to receive what Tony was, the student shows up when and then the teacher will appear. And not only did Tony show me how to elevate, and I have two amazing sons. One of them, just was a little bit more difficult than the other, and very smart, an athlete, but just very bright and just challenged me as a parent. And Tony showed me tools that I could keep in my toolbox to better just work with Zachary, as that parent-child relationship. And then not only that, at that event, that's what really just crossed me over into my ascent in not only having these tools, but having these tools to teach to people all over the world.
Yeah, it's powerful. And matter of fact, of course, some of you know that my junk truck story back in March of 1993, almost 28 years ago, I was bust, broke, bankrupt, and I had toyed with network marketing. It was a hobby to me, but I never really committed to it. And so it was at that time that I purchased my first Tony Robbins program, which was Unlimited Power, but it was called Personal Power. And it was 30 cassette tapes, 30 days of transformation. And so it absolutely was the turning point.
Oh my God, Jeff, I have them.
Oh, wow.
Is this it?
Wow. Yeah.
I was given this as a crew gift, but we can talk about that. I'm like, personal power. I have that.
Some people, now for you young people, if you don't know what a cassette tape is, just Google it, okay? She's probably got them on CD. Those are probably CD. Are those CDs?
Those are on CD, and that's called personal power too.
I got them when they were on cassettes. But anyway, that was the turning point for me was, because this is one thing, and we're going to come back to this. We're going to talk about two different virtual live events. And again, for those of you that are just joining, for those of you that are familiar with Ray Higdon and the Rank Makers virtual live event, for those of you that are familiar with that, anyway, that's going to be October 8th through the 10th. I'm going to give away one free ticket. I'm going to do a random draw for those people who share this video. So whoever, we're just going to do a random draw, but it's going to be cool. And on the weekend, I'll let you know who won. So share it, and then I've got something special though, very special, that I'm going to share it toward the end here. How you can really basically almost go to this event for half the cost. Anyway, so the price is going up tomorrow, I believe. But yeah, when we go back to events, and that was the thing. I never went to a Tony Robbins event, but I listened to his cassettes, and I went from broke to going into the house of my dreams in 18 months, and then going on and to become a multimillionaire in network marketing. I had a chance to share that with Tony Robbins back in December. And when I personally met him, we had a hug, and it was during that embrace I shared the story, and he wasn't letting go. And then I wanted to thank him. I said, it's taken me 27 years to be able to tell you how much you impacted my life and changed everything. And, so I'm so grateful. And then he just looked at me, backed off, and he pointed at me, and he said, but you did it. He's such an incredible man. But let's go back to Rank Makers, because but we were talking about events that change our lives. And so Mindy was just sharing what changed her life. I can go back to 1988, my first significant event in network marketing anyway. But I can remember going it was Nashville, Tennessee, and we were at some auditorium. My friend brought me to that event. Like I said, I toyed with network marketing from the late 1970s, but here now it's 1988, and he brought me to this event, and there were thousands of people that were at this event. And I didn't understand the concept of team building. To me, network marketing was just a sales gig. And so after I saw people going across the stage, awards, and sharing their stories and everything, 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners. And then I looked at the guy that brought me. I said, let me get this straight. Okay, so that guy that's on the stage right now, he's like the top leader. He said, that's right. And most of these people are in his downline, right? That's right. Okay. So he doesn't pay these people to go out to work. They just go out and work, and they make him money. He said, that's right. I said, well, I'm in, man. I'm in. I can remember that guy. I am in, because I had employees, and I was always hiring, firing, and some I paid more money. Some I just said, hey, you're going to have to really prove yourself if you want to get paid more. And it was a constant battle, always a constant battle. But 1988 that event was a turning point. Events will change your business. Now, here's something I want you friends to think about. And you may have heard me say this in the past, but my friend Eric Worre has said this, that it's statistically been proven that for every person you get to your company's convention, that is worth at least $1,000 income to you, annual income to you every year. So if you get 50 people to the convention, that's worth $50,000 a year. That's been statistically proven. Now that doesn't factor in all the people in your team. Who do they bring to the convention? Well, it's true for them too. For those people that they personally bring into the business, and they get them to convention, it's going to be worth $1,000 of annual income to them. So you also get paid on your downline too. But I'm talking about people that you personally enroll and bring. That has statistically been proven that it's worth $1,000 of annual income to you. Now, here's the thing I want you to think about: why virtual events are so important. Number one, they're important because you can't do venue events. So what are you going to do? Okay. Are you not going to do any events? I can tell you, Jeff Roberti, he used to be my upline in the 1980s. He's earned $100 million in network marketing, okay? I remember Jeff back in the 80s saying that you build your event, your business around events. Always build your business around events. Now, friends, we're doing an event right now, but he didn't know about Zoom calls then and Facebook Lives. So, but he's talking about actual venue events. I can always remember him saying, and when one event ends, you promote the next event. They have to know, where do we go from here? Now, here's the problem with the COVID situation. We're not doing venue events, right? Your company's not doing, my company's not doing, Mindy's company is not doing them. Okay. So the thing about it is, what are you going to do? You're going to have to learn how to leverage on virtual events. You're going to have to adapt and change, and you're going to have to get good at it. Good at it is that means you have to know how to not only promote it, but teach your people how to promote it. And so the Rank Makers event coming up October 8th is an event you need to promote. Why? There's going to be some incredible people on that event that's going to help you 10x your business. Because a lot of the guests that Ray is having are people very skilled in social media. Very skilled in social media. I mean, I remember when I first met Ray Higdon and Jessica was at the ANMP event that we had in Texas. And when I was speaking at that event, Ray and Jess was speaking at that event. And when Ray and Jess was talking about social media, I remember thinking they know what they're talking about. So after that event was over, I talked to them and I said, listen, I want to meet up with you. And I flew down to Florida and I did. They're very good at this. And so you need to have your people, not just yourself, you need to have your people at this virtual event. You can watch it from the comfort of your home. Now, Mindy, why don't you take it away on some of the people that's going to be attending that event, or you attended the Rank Makers live, I think, last year, right? So
you attended with me, Jeff.
I know.
That's the first place we got to meet live, and I'm so honored because you gave me, and whoever does not have this, they need to go purchase it. But Jeff actually gave me a signed copy of this book, and last year there were a handful of people that spoke. I actually found, my notes today from those that spoke. And I want to say that 3 people really stood out to me. So I thought I'd elaborate, on the things that they touched on and then share who's going to be speaking live that you could be impacted from. And just remember, one thing that you might hear from one of these speakers might change the trajectory of your business. And I know when I go to any event, I look to take down notes and then implement what I learn, but I'm looking for key points. So from last year, there was a gentleman that spoke, and his name was Tarek El Mosa. Jeff actually won the opportunity he's a real estate investor and he has some type of real estate show. Jeff was actually, through a very generous donation that he made, was picked with another speaker that I'll talk about to appear on his show. And I guess that has all been postponed due to
because of COVID.
Yeah. So some of the things that really stuck out to me is he talked about that you need, and this is something I talk about often, is that you have to discover your why, but it needs to be really deep. And when you're drilling down and you are discovering what your why is, you don't need to know the how of how you're going to achieve that. And something that I can wrap around that Tony's taught me is that when you reverse engineer the concept, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. It's just about being able to track things, measure them, and knowing what your outcome is. So that really resonated with me. And another thing that he said was embrace your no's. He said, go for 999 no's. And out of those no's, that's what's going to bring you your yeses. And he's in like really high end, good Joshua real estate.
Right.
Yeah. And he said that it's impossible, absolutely impossible to fail when you are prospecting 24/7. So what does that mean as you pull it back? Because he wasn't in network marketing, but what does that mean when you pull it back to network marketing and to your businesses? That means if you're consistent every single day and you take inspired, consistent action, you will win over the course of time. This business doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. And the other thing he said was, you want to work to create a life by design. And that's what we really talk about in network marketing, is that you over time want to make yourself irrelevant to your organization. You want to build leaders and then have leaders rise up, and then you want to be able to retract and step back. And that's something I've learned from, many people in the, being in the industry of network marketing. Do you remember anything he talked about, Jeff? Were you in the room when he spoke?
Yeah. I loved everything he said. I mean, it was awesome. That event went by so fast.
Yes, it did. It was a whirlwind.
I mean, when it was over, I was like, what? What do you mean it's over?
Yeah. It was a phenomenal event. The hotel that we stayed at was actually a little bit under construction. So there were some things going on there. My purse actually got locked in the safe, I think 4 times. So if Jackie Payne's watching and she was one of my peeps, then she'll help me get my purse back. The other person that really stuck out and resonated with me from last year was Angel Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
She spoke, and these are principles I'm applying today in my business. So that was something actionable that I took away from Rankmakers Live that I've applied. And what she taught on was strategies to go into Facebook groups and to be able to share. And again, when you're going into Facebook groups, it's not that you really want to share your company or the product names. You want to, the way that Angel positioned it was, when she first started sharing in groups, she would post about jeans that got too big on her. And that's how she attracted her avatar and audiences. And she drilled down per cities, and then they would travel to cities. But she also talked about a concept, and I was on a live event. Here's another, I've been on many virtual events during this time, but I probably want to say that the best one I was on was an event last week with Dean Grazioso, Tony Robbins, Jenna Kushner, this guy, Nick, that I got to meet that was at a UPW event that actually lives in New Jersey. He's got no arms and no legs. And the owner from Spanx that I've heard speak at Business Mastery, the Islers. And what, I can correlate from what I learned last week is Jenna Kushner, one of my favorite podcasts, the Gold Digger. She spoke about when you're building your business, and whether that be something in affiliate marketing, network marketing, real estate, whatever it is, you want to pick 5 things that you're passionate about. And then you want to rotate them through social media. People want to get to know you. People buy from people. They don't buy products or opportunities or companies. They want to join people that they know, like, and trust. And that's what Jenna trained on last week at this event. And that's something, tying back to Angel Fletcher that she taught. And it was definitely one of the best segments. And the other segment that stood out to me was from somebody that trained, and she doesn't personally resonate with me. Her name's Danelle Delgado, but she trained on, being the one that your results require. And, what does that really mean? It means that you're showing up, you're being authentic. What is your message that you're going to deliver? And when you show up, be vulnerable. So that was a lot of what her presentation revolved around. And the other couple things that really stood out from last year is Ray had a panel of people that were like rising stars or people that were rising up in network marketing. And there was a girl named Megan Dessart. She's actually, come to find, one of the reality players from Play to Win, which is Ray Higdon's show. And when I saw the episode last week, she was chosen in first place. So I've got good taste. But she really had talked about something that Tony and Dean Graciaso speak on all the time. And it's, you know, whatever your message, whatever your mess is, turn that into your message. So we're all living through, you know, times right now, and we've all gone through it. You know, it doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
We've all experienced it to some level. And she spoke about this, and then she spoke about how she was just really not involved in great things. She was a meth addict. Yeah. And her life was a mess, and she got involved in network marketing, and it totally changed her life. And she's now a 6-figure earner, if not maybe a 7-figure earner in the industry. And she's on Play to Win this season. So those were the things that stuck out to me.
Totally cool. Ray is watching now. Everybody can say hi to Ray Higdon.
Hey, Ray.
So, we're talking about you and Jess and just rank makers and you know, there's so much to the to the Higdon group. You know, there's rank makers, and there's the Top Earner Club, and then there's the trainers that they have. They give so much incredible value. They just, you know, the one thing I love about Ray is I never felt that Ray was about the money. Ray was always about the value. That's the one thing I've always said about Ray. He's really the kind of guy that loses sleep at night thinking, am I giving enough value to everybody? I mean, he's so obsessed with that. And so I just respect him very dearly. But yeah, you know, one of those rising stars was Michelle Eldridge, you know, so incredible girl. And, you know, matter of fact, she doesn't live too far from me. She's been to our home, and just an incredible girl, just a country girl that is really rocking it. But rank makers and everything the Higdon group provides has really helped her to do very well, to do great in network marketing. So going back to, and for those of you just joining, again, for those of you that share the video, we're going to do a random draw this weekend and give a free ticket to the Rank Makers virtual live event. So we're going to do a draw, and I'll announce it this weekend. Also, I want to let you know that maybe I shouldn't do it with Ray on the phone. You know, Ray's on the call, right? So I don't know. I mean, so actually, I was supporting a girl, and I won't call her out by name, just out of privacy and all that. But she's so awesome. And anyway, there was just a special promo going on, and I helped support her, and she sold a lot of tickets to the Rank Makers virtual live event. And for me to support her, you know, I bought 100 tickets. So what I'm going to do for those of you on the call, this is especially for you. You can have them at $100. Now, presently it's $147, and I don't know what. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know.
They're going to increase tomorrow night, everyone. But
So,
here's why you might want to tune in. Jeff,
Yeah.
do you mind if I share this? There's going to be a few incredible speakers. Angel Fletcher will be speaking again.
Diana
Like
Hawk.
I said, I'm currently implementing what I learned that Angel taught. She taught last year.
Yep.
How to really blow up Facebook groups, how to build your business in Facebook groups. Diane Hockman will be teaching, and I believe she'll be teaching on email marketing.
Yeah. And just to say something about that, you know, the interesting thing about Angel is it's not like she was really big on Facebook in terms of how she used her profile page. She wasn't really big on using it. I mean, she does use it, but her big thing, as you just said, her big thing was Facebook groups, because she was very good at getting into groups that, like you said, that something that she's passionate about. And I love her story about, she'd get on these buy, sell, trade groups, and she would target specific towns and cities where her and Ryan, her boyfriend, fiance, wanted to work. And what they did was, she would just come in and say, "Have we got this size? It's big." I don't know what size it was.
They were big
Yeah.
when they first started. It started decreasing.
I got these big jeans for sale. I got to sell these jeans. I'm looking for something smaller. Does anybody need to buy these bigger jeans? And then I'm looking to buy some smaller jeans. I lost so much weight. I just got to get into something smaller. And that's all she would say. And then people were reaching out saying, "Oh, how did you lose that weight? Oh, well, I'm not supposed to promote a product here, but if you want to private message me." And then she's got a pre-written message. She copies, pastes. It's got the links in, how they join, all that. Very creative. And that was the secret to her sauce, was Facebook groups. And then, like you said, with Diana Hockman, Diana is very powerful with email campaigns that she does. And that's what she's really a genius too in marketing. So Ray's got some great lineups. I'm just, so for those of you again that want to 10x your business, if you want to, help your leaders to become great leaders, if you want your downlines to grow, and which means your income's going to grow, if you want to rank up, that's how to do it. I've got several leaders around the world that have been doing this. As a matter of fact, some of them that have shied away from using technology, from using social media, they've, now they have to do it because circumstances force them to do it. And then their businesses just took off. I mean, I've got some leaders with some big networks under them, but for years they haven't been meeting their rank. Now they're at their rank, because now they've adopted these things. That's the reason why Rank Makers Virtual Event is such an important event, because it's going to give you all the techniques, the tools, the training to help equip you and your leaders to 10x your business and get it where you want it to be. So anyway, as I mentioned before, and I'll say it again, if you share this video, again, this weekend, I'm going to do a draw for those that share it and give out a free ticket to that event. But let's talk about now, because I said, we build our business around events, right? And so it's so important because, I'm just thinking about my company from convention to convention. We're talking about 18 months. That's a long stretch, 18 months, right? And what about your company? How often do they actually do company conventions? I'm not talking about
every couple of quarters, like every quarter, there's something that is done and implemented, but one, big event yearly.
Okay, so one big event. So whether it's a year or a year and a half, you need to have events between your conventions. That's why virtual events are so important. They're so important. And especially when you think about a lot of people that can't get out, won't go out, especially right now, while you have them at home, you have this window of time, you have a window of opportunity that you'll never have again. When they come out with a vaccine or whatever, or this thing finally dies and goes away, this window of time of opportunity will be gone. So
Jeff, let that in with this 3-day event, everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to get a pre-Facebook group that Ray Higdon has set up where they've been going live in that group daily. There's been so much value. In fact, I watched one live that Ray had executed with a gentleman that I met last year at Rank Makers. He was attending with his wife, and he has now, since last year's Rank Maker event, he has brought on 1,500 customers. And
wow.
He did this live on Ray's page, and then they did a special training with inside the Rank Makers ticket group holders, where he shared his screen and he showed how he was having multiple tabs across and connecting with it, like his methodology for doing what he does. I believe he's up to reaching out to like 85 people a day. And there's been multiple other values shared in that group that Ray has prior to the event. And then if you choose to partake and you choose to get a ticket, Ray's offering 3 different bonuses. One is on mindset. I believe another one's on prospecting. And then there's one other bonus that I'm not sure of the name of, but you'll get those bonuses with your $100 ticket and then the 3-day event. So the value that's being shared, you're going to get from tomorrow until prior to the event. And then I'm sure Ray will actually go live after the event also, because like Jeff said, Ray is so from the heart. Like, he never leads with money. He's all about impact and about contribution. I am, part of the Rank Makers community. He goes live in there every single day. And if you choose to jump into this Rank Makers event, there was so much value, whether it had been just a general session on personal development and growth and how to up your game in social media, and then hearing from all the speakers. It was a great event, and I'm so happy that I invested in myself last year to go live to the event.
Yes, the other thing I want to mention too is they're going to have Spanish translation. So if some of your team is Spanish, you definitely want to have them at this event. The one thing about great events is, this is a common thing, that when people go to them, they start thinking or talking and saying, oh man, I should have had so-and-so at this event. And they might mention multiple people. Don't be one of those. When do you need to think about these people? Before the event. And then do what? Promote the event. And again, get them to promote the event. So again, if you want to get this event at half cost, $100 a ticket, because tomorrow it's going to go up, right? So I think it's $147 now, but it's going to go up. So hitting close to $200, okay? If you want to get it half, then what you can do is simply send me a message, a Facebook Messenger message. Okay, hey Jeff, I want X amount of, you can talk to your leaders, find out how many you can bring on board. I've only got 100. Once they're gone, they're gone. Okay, then you got to pay whatever price it is. But it goes
no,
up.
Jeff, you only have 90 because I sent some people over to you already. So you have
see 10 on that fast. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so now here's the other thing too. There's another event. We're talking about virtual events, plural. So I'm not going to go through a lot of them. I know I got a message from Eric Worre's daughter-in-law. She told me that Eric's got, for his virtual event coming up, they're expecting over 100,000 people at that virtual event. How many did Tony have at his last?
UPW live, which I did get to, or virtual rather, which I participated in, I guess 2 months ago. They sold 24,000 people, but because people collaborated together, the viewership was over, 50,000. But I want to say that Ray Higdon hired Pete Vargas, who I know from doing another virtual challenge that was called Rise Up, that was done at the beginning of all of this, for 23 days. Pete trained Tony Robbins and the Higdon group how to execute the best virtual event. So what they did that really distinguished the UPW virtual event was that during the event, content was shared, and then they broke us, like, I forget, I was group number, 68 or whatever it was. And they broke our group into Zoom breakout rooms. And there might have been like 6 of us. So it was, taking the content and then chunking it down and stacking the
Like they do
material on top of each other.
Like they did a Date with Destiny. We had our groups.
Yeah, but instead of you having your groups live like you saw at Date with Destiny, they broke us all into virtual Zoom rooms. So we were all together collaboratively as a whole. And then they took different groups and broke them into little Zoom rooms. And again, Pete Vargas has worked with the Higdon Group, so they're going to have the same technology that
Right.
Tony used for an event with 24,000 people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Tony events or Tony Robbins events, some of you, if you've never been to a Tony Robbins event, or if you've never really followed him that closely, why is he an important person to plug into? What possible value could he bring to the professional networker who is struggling to succeed? I said struggling.
Oh my God. It's all about, one of the biggest things that I've learned from Tony, and it was as I was making the transition from corporate America to entrepreneurship, is that just like when I was in corporate America, I owned my territory. Well, it's the same thing here in network marketing. I'm a business owner. So as a business owner, like, how do we have to think? You're not a business operator. And that's something big that Tony really teaches. And he teaches it more with an event called Business Mastery.
Yeah, right.
And, as business owners, how do we execute our business every day? How do we show up? How do you treat your business? If you treat your business like $1 million business, your, social media, like $1 million wall, it's going to reward you like $1 million business over time, not overnight. But as business owners, like, do you have extra samples in your house so that you're not only consuming them, but so that you could share them with other people? You have to be a testimony to your company and your products, but you also need to have extra product on hand so that as you're seeing people, like, I'm not sure how many people you're seeing in this day and age, but if you're seeing people, that you have samples on hand. Or if you're connecting, so much has gravitated to go online now. Like, if you're connecting with people, can you ship samples out to people to get an experience on your products? So that's a big thing, that I've learned from Tony over the years, is that, you really need to be a business owner, and it's all about having a daily method of operation and how you're showing up each and every day and providing value to your audience. Who's your avatar? Who's your ideal client?
The thing that I've noticed in all these years in network marketing, and it's always bothered me why. Yes, it's true. There are people, a lot of people, that don't succeed. They don't succeed in this business. They have the same product as I do, and I'm talking all of you, regardless of what company you're in. Okay, your people have the same product that you do. They have the same compensation plan that you do. They have the same opportunity that you have. And people will take that and become a incredible success story. They'll go to the top of your company, right? Hit the top pin position, rank position. And yet you got other people that are doing the same thing, but they got the same product, same comp plan, same opportunity, but they're struggling just to hit the first rank.
What do you think, Jeff, differentiates that person that jumps into a company and flies to the top, or somebody that jumps into the business and struggles? What differentiates those two people?
See, and you can't just put one thing on it. You really can't. For example, we'll be either punished or rewarded for the life that we lived prior to joining our network marketing company. Were we an influencer? Were we a contributor? Were we a people person? Did we do a lot for the community? Did we do a lot for organizations? Were we really active with people? That kind of person joins a network marketing company and they go whoop, like that, right? Another person who came in, they weren't that way. They didn't really engage with people so much. Maybe they were more of an introvert, things like that. They're going to be slower, obviously. Now they can be successful. But they have to have the skill set. They have to be taught how to do it. But again, going back to this, because the first person I described that's not a common person, right? That's a I don't even know if that's a 1%er. All right. But that is what it is. But I find that the biggest challenge for a lot of people is, even if you show them the steps, do this, do that, do this, do that, and you will go to the top of your company. You could give them a perfect blueprint to follow, and then they still won't do it. And here's what I learned. They won't do it because they don't believe they can. Either they don't believe they're worthy of success, worthy of money. They got, like Tony said, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just wired wrong. Now we're going to get you wired right. So really, what I love about Tony is he teaches the psychology of success, that so many people set up their own mental roadblocks. They are their own worst enemy, right? It's not that you're in a bad company, or you got a bad product, or you got a bad pay plan. The problem is you've got a bad psychology. And so if there's one thing I can recommend, Ray and them are going to show you how to, the techniques. They're going to show you all these great things that can really advance your business, and you should use them. On the other hand, you might have a screwed up psychology and you need some work. Now, you're not a bad person. You're not a bad person at all. Everybody comes into network marketing beat up. A lot of the people that join a network marketing company are people that they're looking to better themselves. But they have fear. They have fear, and they have insecurities, and they have a past, and things like that. So what I love about Tony events is it helps you to identify what those things are, and then the action that you need to take, so that's not going to hinder you anymore. So that's the reason why, when it comes to motivational events, I'm like, motivation, great. It's like a hot shower. You get in, you get out. It's nice when you're in the shower. When you get out,
don't discuss cold showers. Like I said, and I shared with you, I have still, over all these years, only worked myself up to a 2-minute cold shower. Tony takes a cold plunge every single morning.
That'll happen.
Jeff was at his house in Utah. Where were you? In
Sun Valley.
Sun Valley, yeah.
Yeah, Sun Valley, Idaho. Yeah, we went to his house in February, and beautiful house. Oh my gosh. All that snow, and he's, just out in the country, just beautiful. But that's why I would encourage you leaders. When is the next UPW event coming out? When is that? Do you know?
I believe it is the second week in November. I can get Jeff the exact dates, but Tony's offering.
So while you're looking it up, I'll just say to the friends that, so look at this now. So we talk about how to 10x your business in network marketing. So you're going to get the skill set, the equipment that Ray's going to give you this October, and I want to look at for those of you that joined, it's October 8th through the 10th. October 8th through the 10th. And I always have to look twice to make sure. 8th through the 10th. For those of you that just joined, anybody that shares this video that we're doing, I'm going to do a random draw for those that shared it, and then give out a free ticket for this event. And also, we have 90 tickets at $100 each. You can private message me if you want one, and talk to your team. Why would you want to go alone to an incredible virtual event that could absolutely change your business? If you change the business also for your leaders, how's that going to impact you? You get it, right? So that's the reason why you want to reach out to your leaders. Then message me, and then I'll be glad to help you with that. But once those 90 tickets are gone, they're gone. So then you'll have to pay twice the money. Okay, what were you going to say, Mindy?
I believe that UPW will start on November 12th, and it'll probably be a half day, and then it will go the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Another 3-day event. So here, think about this, friends. Okay, so you got October, and you have this incredible Rank Makers virtual event where they're going to equip you, train you, and train your leaders. And then in November, then you can go to UPW, and Tony's going to work on your psychology. I'm telling you, that's where most of it, You know, that's where I'm telling you, that's where most leaders are getting stuck. And I mean stuck. It's in their psychology. And, you know, going to a rah-rah network marketing event is not going to change. Of course, Rank Makers isn't that. But I'm just saying what you've experienced in the past is not going to change that. It's not going to change that. I'd like to see a lot more people hitting their ranks. So would Ray Higdon. Hitting their ranks that they want to achieve, having the success they want to experience. But again, you have to identify what's holding you back. I've always believed that if you're not at the rank you want to be, it's only because you haven't made your mind up yet. You haven't made your mind up yet to do it. When I saw the top position in our company, I said, that's what I want. I want to get there as fast as I can.
Jeff, would you not agree that it is your psychology, and that's what Tony's great at teaching, but mindset, I used to think when I first got involved in this business, it was 80% mindset and 20% skill. I now believe, after working so closely in the RRI community, which is Tony Robbins' community, that it's 95% mindset and it's 5% skill, which can be taught.
There you go.
And it's
yeah.
when you have that rock solid and you know how to change your state, you know, there's so many times we talk about that, you know, there's things that come our way and times have been unprecedented, you know, in what we're experiencing. But when you can change your state like that, it changes the dynamics of your business.
Everything. So friends, I got to get on another Zoom call in 8 minutes. Got to do an international Zoom call. So to recap, for those of you that caught this, if you share this video, we're going to do a random draw this weekend where I'll give a free ticket to the Rank Makers virtual live event. And then also we have 90 tickets at $100 each. You can reach out to me, private message me in Facebook Messenger. And again, $100 each. And that's, so they're 147 right now. They're going up tomorrow. Could likely hit 200. So save you some money, and then talk to your leaders, see how many of your leaders you can get to that Rank Makers virtual live event, and just let me know how many you need. So this has been fun. It's been great. And I want talking to Mindy, and Mindy is a big supporter. She actually works with Tony Robbins at the Robbins events. So that's the reason why I wanted to have her on. We were chatting about this, and Ray knew we were doing this. So he was on just a few minutes ago and making some comments. And anyway, he appreciates what we're doing as well. So this is how you 10X your business. You've got to promote it, teach your people how to promote it. You've got to get your people involved with these events if you want to grow. So thanks for getting on the call. Mindy, thank you.
You're so welcome. Bye, everybody.
You're so awesome, everyone.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. You're amazing. You're going to do Date with Destiny with me virtual.
I love
Bye,
it.
everybody.
Everyone, have a great night. Bye-bye.